For this video, we are going to examine this piecewise function, and it is an algebraic form. You could graph it to help you with this, but we're going to just look at it, solving it just as it is. So we're given this piecewise function, f of x equals negative x plus 3 if x is less than 0, or 6x plus 5 if x is greater than or equal to 0. That equal to is important. Make sure we notice that is an equal to. So we need to determine the following values given that piecewise function. We need to find f of 0, then f of negative 2, then f of 4. So first of all, what do these mean? Well, notice it's f of x, and so whenever we have this number, it's really in place of x. So this just means they're asking us, what is the function going to equal when x equals 0? Or what is this function going to equal when x equals negative 2? Or what is the function going to equal when x equals 4? So we're basically just substituting it in and finding out what the function equals. So this one's a little different though, because we need to figure out which are we going to plug it into, the negative x plus 3 or the 6x plus 5. And it all has to do with these right here. X is less than 0 and x is greater than or equal to 0. So we're going to substitute them in wherever these numbers fit. So let's start with f of 0. So f of 0, if we look at the top one, it's negative x plus 3 if x is less than 0, but it's 6 plus 5 is if x is greater than or equal to 0. And so this one right here, that is where x equals 0, and so that's the one we're going to use for f of 0. So we'll say, okay, f of 0 equals 6x plus 5. We'll put 0 in for x. So 6 times 0 is just 0 plus 5. So then f of 0 then will equal 5. Okay, that's our first one. Okay, let's look at our next one. I'm just going to erase this here. Next we have f of negative 2. So again, we need to see where does this fit. So negative 2, is it less than 0? Because this works as long if the x value is less than 0, or x is greater than or equal to 0. Well, we can see negative 2 is less than 0. Negative 2 is smaller than 0, and so we're going to use this function this time. So we'll say, okay, f of negative 2 equals negative x plus 3, so negative x, which x is negative 2, plus 3. Notice that we had a negative in front of that x. So you can see this is why it is essential and so important that you put parentheses around the x value that you're substituting in. So notice I have that negative 2 in parentheses. I also have the negative out front. So negative is going to turn into a positive. So it'll be positive 2 plus 3. So f of negative 2 then equals 5. That's funny. It's kind of a coincidence. Okay, let's do our last one. We have f of 4. I'm running out of space down there, so I'll take it up here. So f of 4, we need to do the same thing. We need to see where does this fit in. So if x is less than 0, top function, if x is greater than or equal to 0, bottom function, well, where does 4 fit in? Is it going to be the top one or the bottom one? Well, we can see that 4 is greater than or equal to 0, and so it will be this bottom one. So again, we'll use 6x plus 5, so 6 times x, which is 4, plus 5, so 24, 6 times 4 is 24, plus 5, so we can see that f of 4 then will equal 29. And that's our final answer there. So you can see piecewise functions, they look kind of scary at first when you see them, but once you break them down, you can understand them, and just make sure you're understanding what it says, what each part of it means. If you're not, I can make you another video. Just send me an email.